Welcome to the Eisenhower Medical Center family. We pride ourselves on a legacy that was created to answer the need for a world-class healthcare facility right here in the Coachella Valley. It was in the early 1960s when Mr. Clark Swanson of Swanson Foods was playing golf with President Eisenhower, and he suffered a fatal cerebral hemorrhage. Healthcare facilities were not immediately available here in the area, and this event prompted Dolores Hope to organize a group of friends and local leaders to step up to the extraordinary challenge of building a community hospital that would meet their exacting standards. And so, with her husband Bob's help, and visionaries like Lee and Walter Annenberg, Gene Autry, and many others, quality healthcare became a reality in the desert.
And appropriately, it was a local golf tournament that initially provided the funding. Originally known as the Desert Classic, today known as the Bob Hope Chrysler Classic.
From last year, huh?
Bob and Dolores Hope donated the original 80 acres of land. President Eisenhower consented to the use of his name, and along with the generous contributions made by many charitable community leaders, our legacy was born. When ground was broken in 1969, it was the first of many such ceremonies that the Hopes would host through the years.
This is very proud of this magnificent center for healing.
Mrs. Eisenhower, Governor and Mrs. Reagan, President and Mr. Hope.
Bob emceed the hospital's opening in November of 1971. More than 15,000 friends were in attendance.
And this hospital, like Ike, will be a good neighbor.
Eisenhower is probably the only hospital in the U.S. to have such a cadre of distinguished guests in attendance at its dedication, including Mamie Eisenhower, President Richard and Pat Nixon, Vice President and Mrs. Spiro Agnew, Governor Ronald and Nancy Reagan, and so many others.
Well, I look at all our friends and neighbors, and this is really a dream come true.
Today, the center has become a world-renowned facility that encompasses the Annenberg Center for Health Sciences, the Betty Ford Center, Barbara Sinatra Children's Center, and our 289-bed community hospital, and is the only not-for-profit comprehensive care facility in the Coachella Valley.
Since our beginnings as a small resort community, the Coachella Valley has seen explosive growth. As we continue to meet the challenges of our rapidly changing community, we will build on our efforts to provide the very best outcomes and experiences for our patients. It is a result of these efforts that has earned Eisenhower national recognition as a distinguished hospital for clinical excellence by Healthgrades, placing us in the top 5% of hospitals nationally.
We at Eisenhower understand that the best way to improve outcomes is with teamwork. Our goal is to raise the bar on patient care to reach new benchmarks of performance and satisfaction, and we know we must work together as a team to achieve that goal. It is a combined effort.
In response to our community's needs, we have developed 4 primary centers of excellence: neuroscience, cardiovascular, orthopedics, and cancer. Using state-of-the-art technology, the collaborative interdisciplinary team at our comprehensive Eisenhower Neuroscience Institute specializes in diagnosing and treating disorders related to the central nervous system, including surgical and non-surgical treatment of numerous spine and brain disorders. Our acute stroke team, with the support of our interventional neuroradiologists, offers the most advanced treatment for stroke. Eisenhower is the first hospital in Riverside County to be certified as a primary stroke center by the Joint Commission. Eisenhower's Cardiovascular Center of Excellence, the Eisenhower Smilow Heart Center, is recognized as a national leader in cardiac care based on clinical outcomes and offers all the medical and surgical disciplines involved in the care of heart patients. Eisenhower was the 4th hospital in California to receive full accreditation as a chest pain center by the Society of Chest Pain Centers. We have 2 digitally equipped cath labs and the only fully dedicated electrophysiology lab in the desert. Our cardiovascular patients are supported by the Eisenhower Renker Wellness Center. Here you'll find the Tamkin Cardiac and Pulmonary Rehabilitation Program, Glickman Heart Failure Clinic, a vascular rehabilitation program, and state-of-the-art cardiac monitoring and exercise equipment. Eisenhower's Orthopedic Center of Excellence, the Eisenhower Joint Replacement Center, is ranked #1 in the state of California for joint replacements by Healthgrades. Surgeons at the Eisenhower Joint Replacement Center are actively involved in the development and testing of new implant materials and designs and minimally invasive technologies. Other areas of advanced expertise at the center include physical and occupational therapy, rehabilitation services, and balance clinic and fall prevention. Eisenhower's Cancer Center of Excellence, the Eisenhower Lucy Curci Cancer Center, houses an infusion center, breast and prostate centers, an imaging center, and radiation oncology center, as well as cancer support services. Eisenhower Lucy Curci Cancer Center participates in clinical research trials and is currently affiliated with the Stanford University Medical Center Eastern Cooperative Oncology Group for clinical research purposes. Located on the first floor of the Cancer Center, the Eisenhower Bighorn Radiation Oncology Center offers some of the most advanced equipment available. The second floor houses the breast and prostate centers. The Eisenhower Schnitzer Novak Breast Center offers an approach to women's health care that is distinguished by being the first facility in Southern California to use BSGI, breast-specific gamma imaging. At the Arnold Palmer Prostate Center, patients have access to numerous treatment options, including minimally invasive, state-of-the-art surgical and radiation treatments. Eisenhower is the only facility in the Coachella Valley to offer the Da Vinci prostatectomy to qualified surgical patients. Located on the lower level, the Eisenhower Imaging Center is a leader in outpatient diagnostic imaging and screening services with subspecialty radiologists. Outpatient services on campus include the Dolores Hope Outpatient Care Center, where you'll find the main laboratory draw station, Balance Institute, and same-day surgery center. Our outpatient pharmacy is conveniently located in the Keywood building on the first floor. The Eisenhower Indian Wells Center for Healthy Living is a free service for patients, providing online physician referrals, insurance counseling, basic health screening and planning, and implementation of physician-led community lectures. Our 4 Eisenhower Express clinics are located in La Quinta, Indian Wells, Cathedral City, and Rancho Mirage. Other facilities on campus include the Annenberg Center for Health Sciences at Eisenhower, founded in 1981 by Ambassador Walter Annenberg. Nationally recognized for excellence in continuing medical education programming, the center offers accredited programs to physicians and other healthcare professionals. The center also hosts physician grand rounds, tumor boards, as well as many community education events and support groups. The Betty Ford Center was founded by former First Lady Betty Ford in 1982. Recognized as the premier treatment center in addiction treatment, the center is committed to providing effective alcohol and other drug dependency services to women and men. The nonprofit Barbara Sinatra Children's Center is committed to Barbara and Frank Sinatra's pledge that victims of child sexual, physical, and emotional abuse and trauma receive the care, respect, and counseling they deserve, regardless of a family's ability to pay. At the helm, the executive leadership of Eisenhower Medical Center is committed to the principles of clinical excellence as reflected in our mission statement.
Our goal at Eisenhower is to instill a culture of excellence at every level for both our physicians and staff in order to provide the best care possible for our patients and the community. We do this by providing performance excellence training with an emphasis on the performance standards we call our commitments.
Our commitments here at Eisenhower include safety, clinical excellence, courtesy and caring, healing environment, and efficiency.
One of our greatest challenges is keeping up with the changes we're experiencing here in the Valley. This at a time when our goals are to reach even higher levels in patient satisfaction. And with the help of our medical staff, we're having tremendous success. Unlike a for-profit hospital that must serve 2 masters, the shareholder and the patient, at Eisenhower, we serve only one, the patient.
The new $212 million, 250,000 square foot 4-story Walter and Lenore Annenberg Pavilion will add an additional 160 beds to the hospital. It will house 34 critical care unit beds, 126 inpatient beds, and a new hospital cafeteria, as well as various departments. Designed to create a safe, healing environment for patients and families, the Tennedy Emergency Department boasts 44,000 square feet, and includes 37 large private treatment resuscitation rooms and 4 trauma bays. The bays are designed like an operating room theater, increasing Eisenhower's ability to treat multiple trauma victims in the event of a major accident or disaster.
Each room is monitored. Resuscitations can occur in each room. The doors are breakaway doors. The actual room itself is pleasing to the eye. Lighting is indirect, and the color schemes are very kind of soothing both to the people that work in the department and the patients. We have a separate area now in the new emergency department for our consulting physicians where they'll be able to chart, dictate, and evaluate patients.
The new facility has a number of additional features that will help physicians and nurses enhance patient care. Each room contains its own computer, so the medical team can enter and review patient data immediately, e-fax medical records to and from the ED and their offices, and access records through IkeMD, the secure portal to the hospital. Another feature is the Sexual Assault Response Team Room, dedicated to evaluating patients who have been assaulted or abused.
Our goal here was to provide a dedicated therapeutic space for the patient and for the examiner where all of the equipment is so that it's a more efficient exam, so that that evidence can be collected in a sequential manner. And really our goal is to provide the best quality exam for the patient, for law enforcement.
The Greg and Stacy Ranker Pavilion is a 24 all-suite pavilion that combines world-class medical care with luxury accommodations, meeting the demand for a new standard in patient care. Currently under construction is the 92,000 square foot Eisenhower George and Julia Argyris Health Center in La Quinta. It will house an academically oriented physician group, imaging center, radiation oncology center, an Eisenhower Express clinic, pharmacy, a lab, and health education services, as well as suites for physicians.
In support of our goal to achieve designation as a top 100 most wired hospital in the U.S., we've implemented a number of information systems to support all Eisenhower departments. Our electronic patient record system called Patient Folder is available through our physician portal, IkeMD. Physicians are now able to view patient records in their offices or wherever they have an internet connection. The system also gives multiple caregivers access to the same record at the same time, and physicians have the ability to sign documents electronically.
Eisenhower Medical Center will always continue to look toward the future and remains committed to build on its mission and vision as expressed by its founders. For more than 3.5 decades, Eisenhower has built a reputation as a premier healthcare facility, both locally and nationally. And today, the legacy that began in 1971 continues as we work together to provide excellence in healthcare.